Now in example 3, it's quite different because it's actually not asking you to find the equation. There, you're given the actual equation. It says find the coordinates of the focus. So the coordinates of the focus. So what do we know? The focus, well, coordinates means, the focus is a point because we give coordinates of a point. Where is this focus? The focus is usually inside. Well, it is always inside, and it's on the axis. And find the equation of the directrix. Well, what is the directrix? The directrix is this straight line. The equation of the straight line, well, remember I've said that in our study of parabolas, the directrix will either be a horizontal line, and if it is, it will have equation y equals something, or the only other option in this course is it's a vertical line, and a vertical line has an equation x equals. So we've got a bit of an idea of what our answers to that has to be, the equation of the directrix. And the focal length, what do we know? Focal length is a of the parabola y squared equals 8x. It's a little bit different. It's not an x squared, it's a y squared. This is where we're really paying attention to detail. You can't afford to have read that and thought, oh, this is just a regular up the right way parabola. No, it's not. It's a y squared. And like I said in one of the previous videos, the student that is really tuned in to pick up the differences, the detail of the question, going to be the students who are more successful. But I think that's something that everyone can do. Pay attention to the detail. Be really specific about what you read, what you write, and of course you'll be more likely to be successful. Realise that from question to question things are going to be very different, but the basic concepts of what you know stay the same. You just have to apply them, or maybe resource different concepts for a question. Okay, so let's actually identify what we're going to do. Find, and I strongly encourage you to do this, begin your answer identifying what you're doing. And also, I did actually want to say a long way back, I think it was right back in some of the very earlier exercise. It was here. I really wanted to say, setting out an answer where you're actually stating the properties that you're using, the detail that you've observed, then connecting it to a concept, and the consequence of that concept, stating it all in writing, is an extremely I suppose, positive way to start your answer. You're sending a very clear message to the marker, a very clear message. Plus, it keeps you focused. You realise that you've got to pay attention to the detail, make a connection to a concept, and then come up with a mathematical property. You'll probably find that that's a really constant sort of little process you go through. Then you're more likely to be on track to answering the question that is being asked, and again, being more successful. Find the focus. So what do we know about a focus? For now, the focus is either naught and A, or A and naught. So it's either along the x-axis or along the y-axis. The directrix, what do we know about the directrix? They have to be in the form y equals some constant or x equals some constant. And the focal length is find A. You're finding A. And what are you given? You're given that y squared equals 8x. Now, you could probably sketch that it's y squared, it's on its side, it's positive, its vertex is the origin, it's here like this. So what can you get from that? You can get that the focus is certainly going to be on the x-axis. If you're on the x-axis, we want sorry, no we don't. We want this one. We want to move over. We were over at A and we're not going anywhere. Our equation will be a vertical line, so we want x equals A. X equals some constant, and from the equation, so let me say, given y squared is 8x, I know that for A has to be 8, A has to be 2. Therefore, the focal length equals 2. If the focal length is 2, it means the distance between the vertex and the focus is 2 units. So also, therefore, the focus has to be 2 for x, 0 for y. And then the directrix will have its equation, it's a vertical line, it's going through -2, x is equal to -2. So I guess that's an example of where you're given the equation, and from that you're getting the physical dimensions and features of the parabola now in terms of its focus and directrix. You should be right to start exercise 9b.